welcome back to Face to Face. We're filming episode 7, I want to say. Today's episode 7.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. I'm here with Teza Talks,
Hey.
and I'm so excited to do this facial for you today.
Me too. First one.
Yes, first facial ever.
Yeah.
Got so many goodies in store. I've been really dabbling in all of the holistic side of things lately, so I have a mugwort infusion in the hot towel warmer that we can do on you today.
That sounds divine.
It's really good for wound healing, inflammation, sensitivity, literally anything and everything, especially with allergies in full swing right now.
Oh my goodness. That is so true. I developed allergies or something. I don't really understand, but one day I was walking and then I just started sneezing, couldn't stop sneezing. It was awful. It was so bad.
For me, it's like I get in my car and it's caked in pollen, so I put the windshield wipers on, and I swear I'm like coughing for a mile down the road just like as it's blown through the vents or something. Like, what is going on?
It definitely has gotten worse. Because I don't remember it being this bad over the last few years.
We're just all getting difficult as we age. We're so sensitive. What are allergies?
Like the start of this was great.
Good.
I'm like, I should definitely get more of these in my life.
Who knew? Everything is fixed with a facial.
Literally, like what? I'm supposed to be having an interview, but I might just go to sleep instead.
I'm like, I gotta find these questions quick. So let's get started on some introductory topics. For those who don't know, can you tell me a little bit about kind of curating Teza Talks? I feel like you have this really cool curated persona in not only your style, but your music and your art.
Thank you.
How did all of this come to be? Because it's such like an eclectic curation, and it feels very you, and you know, I love that.
Thank you. That's so nice. I am definitely still, I think, evolving as a creative within my artistry, but I am aware of, I guess, what points I want to hit. And Teza Talks was birthed from a mistake. To be honest. I've told this story before, but originally it was just supposed to be Teza.
Okay.
And that means reap what you harvest. And then I walked into a Starbucks one day and they spelled my name wrong, and here we are with Teza. And Talks came about through like a friend of mine doing a how do I say, like she was trying to get a press release right and she got it wrong. And so she added the Talks. So here we are, Teza Talks.
And it stuck.
Yeah. I think the musical side of things, I started off in electronic music, and that was really cool because it allowed me to kind of like get out of a box, not have to really stay in one genre, and focus a lot on sound design. And from there, I branched off into like rock and punk and a few other things, but mainly rock, punk, and hip hop. And now we've reached to like hardcore pop. Also, it's really hard to talk and do this at the same time. I'm just gonna like let it be known. It is really hard. I'm trying to like think of these. What am I saying right now? And I'm going into parasympathetic mode just from this.
Drifting into facial world.
Literally, I'm like, I'm just gonna like relax. Let me try to answer that question one more time. Okay, Teza Talks. How it formed. In 2016, I started making music in a basement with a friend of mine who goes by Alter. And he basically got me to start talking about a lot of things I didn't want to talk about and make music again from a place that was like artistic. And so after months and months of recording in the basement, we decided to like head out to Hood River, Oregon and write the Chaos EP. And that kind of kickstarted the world of Teza Talks that people are tuning into today and like have been a part of. And then now it's more refined with hardcore pop being the genre I want to start with. And it's a mixture of hard or new metal, punk, and hip hop and electropop. And that's like what we're kind of looking at today.
I love that.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I tried. That was me trying.
I feel like we're definitely entering an era of more genre fluid, genre melding.
Bending, blending.
All the things. And I'm so here for it. I think it creates a more diverse artistic space where people can really delve into their own vibe. I know it sounds a little like broad, but it is broad, you know? I feel like it's less so specific of like you have to pick a genre. Like, okay, you're in pop, you have to stay in pop. Or, you know, this is going to left or to right to another genre. Like, you have the, I guess, flexibility to really craft and curate what your sound wants to be.
Definitely. Like, that's the whole, I think, interest that people are realizing today when you look at so many different artists that are charting or in the top 10 or whatever. They're also crossing over with each other and within their own work. I don't know. It's cool to take a step outside of, I think, what a lot of people may expect you to do, and try something else. And then whatever you're naturally called for. I mean, artists, we're all multidimensional beings, but artists have a way of being able to paint or interpret our experience here differently. Why not do it through other genres? What is that thing?
This is a cleansing tool, so it has a little silicone head.
Whoa,
and
it's like 1,000 caterpillars are just walking on my face right now.
So it's just gonna cleanse the skin a little bit deeper, provide some gentle exfoliation.
Whoa.
Get any dirt shimmied up to the surface.
Well, again, trying to have this conversation when all these like fun things are happening on my face.
So many things happening.
So many things. But it's a cool experience. I definitely like it.
I feel like did you ever go to any of those like child play areas as a kid? Like a science center or like
oh my gosh, I
water
still
play
do.
thing or something
I love
like that.
The science center.
I feel like with all of the like different tools in my wheelhouse, it's like playing as a kid, but you know, now we're playing with chemicals and vibrating cleansing tools.
Yeah. No, it's really cool. Like, I mean, and a lot of people, our skin is like our largest organ, right?
It is.
So being able to take care of it in this way, like really going into the specifics of like what I guess my face needs is going to just like further help me and deepen, I guess, like my overall feeling of myself.
Definitely.
Is that the goal? That's the hope?
Well, and with the facials I do here, they're always custom. So there's no like hard and fast, this is the facial you're getting and this is the protocol you're getting. Like everyone could be getting something totally different. And even person to person, you could be coming in each time and get a totally different treatment just depending on what your skin's needing, what you're wanting to accomplish, which is really special and unique. And
so you can just look at my skin and tell me what it needs. Whoa. Mind blown. That's so cool.
It's like a superpower, I feel like.
Yeah, literally.
So you mentioned you started in kind of electronic music space.
I did.
I'm so curious, did you have another stage name before you crossed over as your like electronic name?
And no, that's what it feels like it
yeah.
At times, but no, it's always been Teza Talks.
Okay.
My song STFD, that was kind of big song of my electronic era.
Okay.
And I always like struggle with this because like EDM and me being alternative artists at the time of what I thought were two different things.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of my fans now wonder if they'll ever get that sound back. I think, and me introducing this new sound, or this sound in addition to the sound that I got to create and build, I think is going to answer a lot of that. Like, it's going to put a lot of them at ease, which is why I'm so excited to put out this project.
Well, how long have you been working on this project?
2.5 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Does it feel like a long time and a short time at the same?
Definitely. All the time. And I totally empathize now when I hear artists talk about how they struggle to feel good about their work or wanting to put it out in the world for everyone else to hear and have. It was such a vulnerable experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't fully understand what I was going to have to go through in the last 2.5 years, and also bring up from my past before in order to create this body of work.
I feel like sometimes that's the hardest aspect of putting your art out there, is it can be so therapeutic to work through things present or past through music or some form of creation. But I don't think anybody talks about it or preps you for how emotionally challenging it can be to work through some things you think are closed or in the past.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow.
Still working through it. Still working through all of it every single day. And I have this weird, I don't want to say like belief.
Okay.
So I'll call it, I have this weird hunch that every time I put out a record, I either relive or actually live the story in which I'm telling in some form or capacity. And it's like I'm cursing myself. It's weird. It's so strange.
I agree with that 100%. We talked about this a little bit in episode 1 of how some music, I feel like it can be a little triggering to re-listen to. And I'm sure it's the same with music that you've written yourself, of like, okay, I felt away or was going through this at this point in time, and it kind of brings all that back up to the surface in no time at all. It's like, okay, I thought I was not thinking about this anymore, thinking about this situation, whatever it may be. And
here it is, like
here
fresh
it is
again.
Yes. And I think it can be a little therapeutic to go through that, like, reliving of things.
Absolutely.
In a type of way. But
yeah. I mean, you had asked before about like Teza Talks and where it came from, and me trying to get through how amazing this whole experience is and explain to you the origin story was quite difficult. But at one point, I mean, I still struggle, but I deeply struggled at one point to talk and face a lot of the challenges I was experiencing in my life. And Teza Talks got to become a narrator for me in that way. I didn't have to necessarily take on all of these feelings and experiences all the time. I could be this alter ego or this other version of me and release them on stage or through a record.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't until I got to do shows more and connect with other people and fans that I think the actual healing began, because then it was no longer just about my experience. It was the experience I was able to share with others, and that transformed my usual feeling of pain or whatever into something much more powerful, love. And it's kept me kind of really grounded since, being able to, and aware, being able to share that with people and understand the transference that's happening. I'm really grateful for it because it's helped me.
I think that's really beautifully put. Because I think, in a sense, you're putting part of yourself into everything you're creating. Mm-hmm. And I think when people are listening to your songs or watching you perform, it's definitely palpable of what you have put into that art.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine in your line of work too, it's the same thing. I mean, it's such a closeness, literally, and a care and a trust that happens, but there's still art to it, you know, and we're all we got at the end of the day, and music has been this universal way of being able to keep that connection intact for me when everything especially seems so confusing and chaotic and crazy and pent up.
Yeah. Was there any moment in time you can pinpoint of kind of starting your music journey? Is it something that you grew up around music? Is it, you know, what was the pivotal moment where you're like, okay, I'm going to sing or create or write, even as a young person?
I think I've been fortunate enough to have music be a part of my life since the beginning. I mean, I remember my mom playing piano and my dad singing Stevie Wonder to me in the car and having talent shows with the family on holidays and being able to have this heart space open up within me because of my relationship being introduced to music. I just think that it's evolved through each turning point of my life. Like, it started off with my family in a very playful and engaging manner, and then as I grew older it became more of a performance and emotional evoking in that emotional evoking in that way, and then it turned into a production with the live shows of things. And I don't know, I think like it's gonna always, there will always be a beginning for each turning point in my life. But it definitely started with my family and hearing how their relationship with music played out.
So would you say when you kind of fully committed to pursue music, it was less of a surprise to your family? They're like, okay, we can see this coming. There's been influence.
Yeah, no one was surprised at all. I mean, even till this day, it just feels like I was always meant to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm always excited. I'm always grateful. I'm always trying to learn. Now, since writing this album, I just want to figure out how I can start the next project. You know, I'm already in a place where I know kind of what I want to study and experience in order to better prepare when I start the next record.
What does that look like for you when you're in that preparation phase?
This last time, it was a lot of isolation. And either isolation with myself or isolation with other producers and purging. I think the pandemic definitely helped with that. And I think this time around it will be a lot more outside.
Okay.
And travel. But still allowing myself to go through experiences in life to utilize as my superpower when I make the next album, I guess.
Okay, I have a controversial question.
Yeah.
What do you feel like makes the best music or inspiration for writing? Would you say it's more happy experience or more traumatic experience? I feel like so many people kind of plug in from either those really high highs or really low lows. when you're going out and you're experiencing, I know you're probably not like, okay, I'm gonna get prepped, self. We're gonna be going through it, so I have some inspiration. Or, okay, this is gonna be a great new season of life. We'll see what gets thrown my way.
You know, I was definitely someone who loathed in my pain. And I think we've glamorized it in entertainment and society. And I actually had a conversation with a friend about it because I'm over it. And I don't mean to say that the experience is not real, and art created from that place is less seen as a way to express. I'm not saying that at all. I just mean it where I have lived in that source for so long. I want to know what my joy sounds like. I do. And as authentic as it is, this album, Black Girl American Horror Story, is my release from that. I truly feel like I have walked into every dark room in my mind and tried to light a candle in it with this project. But now I want to know what I sound like when I'm just living in the sun. And I'm a sun baby. Like, I'm from Oahu, so I know naturally within me that place exists. I just don't think I've been able to have the permission and the gentleness with myself and everything that I've experienced in my life to go there. But now I finally am.
So happy for you.
Thank you.
Oahu's also my happy place. That is my favorite place to go and recharge and like get away from everybody and get away from life and just be happy in the sun.
Place, yes.
It is 100%.
If anything ever happens with people that they feel they can't, start again, I always tell people to go to Hawaii, like, because that is,
you'll find yourself again.
There is something so magical there. So magical. I'm so grateful to have that as a child. I feel like it's just in me now.
How long did you live there?
I lived there till I was 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I came out here.
Straight to Washington.
Yep.
Wow.
I spent my summers in Seattle, though, so I wasn't too, unfamiliar with it, but it wasn't, I wasn't a resident.
I feel like it is way more common than people think of the back and forth between Washington and Hawaii.
Oh yeah, there's so many islanders out here.
So many people.
Oh my gosh, it's like we got sick of the sun. We're like, we just want rain.
And vice versa, because I feel like every time I'm in Oahu, I run into somebody from this area, and it's
makes sense. Palm trees in the snow.
So, like, you can't be beat.
No, it's so beautiful here. Like, I love being able to breathe fresh air. I love the greenery. I love the mountains. It doesn't look real sometimes. And I share that same sentiment back home. Yeah. So it makes all the sense in the world.
Do you still have family down there?
Nope. The last relative is gone, and they're in California.
Okay.
But I mean, like, everybody's auntie and uncle out there. Like, I still have,
it's true.
Friends that are my forever family for sure.
I feel like you need to make a visit back. Working on your Love and Light album.
I so do. My mom and sister want to go this summer, and I'm trying to find time in between, like, shows and when. Yeah. But maybe August will be a good time to go. Right.
I mean, it's never a wrong time to go.
No. Very true. Very true.
So when you're not making music and performing, what keeps you so busy? Because I feel like you're always dabbling in
something.
So many things.
I enjoy screenwriting.
Okay.
I enjoy painting. I also enjoy artist development and just kind of turning everything off. My guilty pleasure is booking it to Portland and eating as much food as possible, smoking weed and getting tattooed. That's really great. When I really just want to shut it off. I also am a sucker for a good speakeasy.
There's so many in Portland.
Yes, they do. I just, my goal, as crazy as it sounds when you're getting ready to roll out an album, is to do less by doing more. And what I mean by that is, as of lately, I've been able to finally spend some time with some friends who are also incredible artists and just like pop out around the scene in the city and see people again. And that has filled me up in ways to prepare for what I'm about to do than anything, and further affirms that like that connection that is so important is what I need to make a top priority. So being able to see people and what they're doing and sharing that is only going to prepare me for what I am getting ready to do with the release of this project.
I couldn't agree more. I feel like sometimes when you're working on a new project or a new anything, it's so isolating because you are so busy working on everything new, and it's not like there's lack of free time. It's like you're just jam-packed busy, but I feel like sometimes having that time to pause and reflect with people that know you and you can just kind of connect and slow down and have that actual pause, even if you're doing other stuff, it's so invaluable. Like,
yeah, I feel like it creates a balance or like a harmony, because life doesn't ever stop, right? Like everything is gonna keep going. It's just you do. And one thing I was really bad at was like figuring out how to fill myself up again in order to keep going. And I feel like when I'm not so heavily focused on just only what I have going on, only trying to solve my problems, it gives this feeling of space to live in and figure it all out.
Do you feel like you have finally figured out your top things that create that recharge, that space of like, okay, I feel centered again and have energy to continue?
Work in progress.
Yeah. Check back later.
Yeah. I think I passed last weekend. We'll see what this weekend brings.
It's so real.
Yeah.
I feel like it changes and evolves too. It's like what might feel good right now is going to be different in a week or 2 weeks or a month. Like,
absolutely. I mean, the eclipse came and I feel like a brand new girl. Like what? It really is dependent, I think, on. No, I'll say this. I'm just trying to be grateful that I opened my eyes, and today I will seize.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna do. Because when I try to, what do you mean? The pandemic taught us that you can't plan anything and expect it to go according to that now. Like, everything.
You gotta let it be.
You just gotta let it flow. You gotta let it flow. The best situations have come about for me personally, I feel, in letting everything just flow the way that it needs to. Not trying to control what I can't control.
Let's be real though, that is a learned skill. That does not happen overnight.
No way. No way. I'm still learning it. Doing okay. Today.
Today.
Yeah.
Check back tomorrow.
Yeah, check back tomorrow.
I feel like, too, as women, we're so affected by everything, not just hormones, but like the moon and the energy around us and every other possible thing, which makes preparation or planning sometimes go out the window.
Very true. I mean, which side effects do we really want to talk about? Do we want to talk about society side effects, or do you want to talk about the effects of just Mother Nature herself? Either way, our bodies being, I think, affected also shows that we are in tune with the most highest frequency of that, and can be to everything else, but in knowing that we can feel our full potential in being so affected by everything, I think also gives us the ability to create unfathomable works with it.
It's a blessing for sure. I feel like so many times I'm like, men could never. Men could never.
Absolutely
not to be a man hater, but
No.
we've kind of got it going on.
Yeah, literally. I mean, it is the year of the woman, so
we're gonna be doing great things.
absolutely. That's essentially what I wanted to do with the Good Girl record.
Yeah.
Is touch on that and also encourage other women to showcase, their superpowers. And I mean, you did it, which was amazing. And thank you so much. I feel like a lot of people have a different perspective on self-care and can see this type of self-care as inaccessible. And you putting yourself out there and also showing your journey and your story, and then even inviting me on to do this gives a whole new insight and experience, I think, into how esthetician work can be paired in making sure that it's also a priority in your self-care. You don't have to not do it because of this and that.
Well, it looks different for everybody. Self-care is such a personal thing. And I feel like for some people, spending, 30 minutes doing their skincare feels awesome to them. There may have been an era for me where that was true, but I feel like that's not how I feel most days. I think sometimes just sitting outside for 5 minutes or reading a couple pages of a book and not beating myself up about not reading more or having time to do something else, that's okay. And that's still taking the time to kind of feed that sense of self, of getting that little bit of recharge when you can. Because it doesn't always have to be a long, tedious process and look aesthetic and be all clean girl, whatever. That's not accessible for everybody or realistic. It's a little exhausting for everything to look, a type of way if that doesn't work for you.
Yeah, I agree. It continues to show how there's just different sides to it, and this is a great start. Because I would not be here, literally, if you didn't. I never thought to myself, I need to go get a facial, but this is such a positive experience that I'm having right now through this. I can literally feel so much just layers of the past weeks, or just what's been on my mind, or maybe even things I didn't even know I was carrying come up, which makes, the conversation so interesting, because there's also the emotional side of oh, that's interesting. Why all of a sudden do I want to talk about this right now? But it's just a really great way to showcase that. So I commend you for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool.
I know, it all kind of started out of kind of a sense of slowness of, you know, I have extra time and I want to figure out a way to collaborate with creatives in the area. I feel like I get to meet so many neat people, and I have no way of connecting further aside from, you know, you see each other here and there, but it's not the same as, you know, collaborating with music or art or whatever. And I figured it's not going to be like creepy late night interview vibes. Like, we can talk about whatever in a safe space, and, you know, it's going to be different every time. And I think there's something beautiful about the vulnerability of a facial and just kind of having that relaxation and stillness when life gets so busy. It is a good sense of pause, especially since you have so many big things coming and moving through, you know.
Yeah, this was definitely a great way to pause.
I'm curious about something. I feel like when I first met you, I don't think we actually met. I think Nathan introduced himself, and I'm like, I'm just here, but whatever. Hi. That's how most things go. I'm like, okay, I'm just here. Have your social moment, whatever. I'm here. But anyways, this was kind of at the start of you being signed, and shortly after, you kind of had a public moment of like, yeah, no, I'm doing this as a solo artist. This is the vibe. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more on not necessarily why it happened, but how the journey has been as an independent artist, and kind of what opportunities that have come about or looked like?
Yeah, so I actually I've never been signed.
Okay.
I was, and I guess like when I say I've never been signed to a record company as a artist.
Yeah.
I have been signed as an artist to a production company, which was also signed to a record label. But I only would receive certain benefits per the deal I was under with them. And then I had like songwriting deals and things like that. But you can't explain that to everyone, so just short and form, it's like, yeah, I was once signed, just for clarification.
Yes.
But the choice was easy. It was always kind of the goal as well, was to be independent. I was introduced to the independent artist fairly early on, in a time where that wasn't something that was heard of. And it was mostly because, as we all know today, you know, it costs so much money to even put out one song, essentially. And I wanted to create a pathway to let people know that it is all possible. So sorry, to answer your question, again, no, it wasn't a hard choice. It's just been a long journey, and everyone's journey, once they make that choice, will be different.
How's your mask feeling?
Great.
Good.
I genuinely feel like you know how like when a skin or a gecko sheds its skin? I feel like you just did that to me. That's what's happening to me right now.
I love that.
I am a brand new woman.
I feel like the amount of times my clients have heard me, like, just that bit of, like, feel like a brand new person. I feel like all the time. Like, well,
it's so funny.
If the shoe fits.
Like, talking a breeze, totally can do a conversation, whatever. This was the most difficult thing ever.
Really?
Yes. Like, this was so hard to just stay focused and engaged and conversational. I'm just like, wow, I hope I was making sense, but I felt like I was on a marshmallow cloud the whole entire time.
I love that. That makes me really happy.
You have magical hands.
Thank you. I try. My magical hands get really tired.
Do you like go and get massages for just your hands and like your wrists and stuff?
I really should. I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll be like pressing in there and I'm like, oh, she's swollen.
Yeah, like my friend, she's a really wonderful tattoo artist,
Uh-huh.
and she was the first person who got me to realize like, oh, if you're doing work with your hands like that, you should probably go and get
Oh, 100%.
hand massages. And she says they've helped so much, especially like the wrist and stuff. So
Mhm.
you should definitely
I should consider it.
self-care.
Self-care.
Or I'll go get my license in hand massage.
Yeah, we'll just trade back and forth. It's a great idea.
And we can just do that.
Yeah.
I did go to school for bodywork for a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, for like 5 months.
That's a good amount of time.
And then it closed.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why.
when was this? Was this a COVID venture or this is way before COVID?
No, this was before COVID.
Okay. Mid schooling it closed down.
2017 or 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, Cortiva.
That's so bizarre.
It just went poof. Bye bye.
What
I
did
literally
you do?
showed up. I showed up and it was gone. The school just shut down.
It was a scam.
I hope not, but something might be giving scam. Or just.
That's so bizarre.
I think a bunch of schools closed under them,
Okay.
and we happened to just get the
Yeah.
bad side of it.
I'll
But
be honest.
I need my money back.
I've taught before. I have my education instructor license for aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
Every school has its issues. That's what it's boiled down to.
That's so
Like,
unfortunate.
It is, and I feel like some schools it does feel a little bit like a money grab. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, okay, somehow the people at the top are making a bunch of money, but the teachers aren't making anything, and the students are still forking over so much money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's bizarre, but I feel like every school has its variation of that. So it's kind of like nothing new, but you do need to do your schooling regardless if you want to.
Because it also is still somewhat private, if not all of it, right? It's either
Right.
someone is opened up a school or
Yes.
it's under a larger umbrella and there's
Correct.
multiple like chains of
Mhm.
schools, right? Yeah.
And there's not
You know,
that many
anything.
options. There's maybe like 3 or 4 options that you
Mhm.
can go to, maybe less, depending on your area.
Mhm.
So it's like you're limited. If you want to do it, you gotta pick.
That'd be such a great Netflix show.
Right?
It's like Ozark meets
The amount
beauty
of
school.
the amount of teacher friends I have that we could be like, oh, we're lifting the curtain on education.
Yeah.
Beauty schools unveiled.
Oh my goodness. The truth is now
Mm-hmm.
open, as
Same-
well as your pores.
Yes. Same thing with like spa owners.
Oh, I bet.
Crazy. Absolutely
I
crazy.
bet. It screams money laundering.
Okay, that is like one of my not actually money laundering, but one of my pastimes is I'm like, oh, that's definitely a cover business.
Yeah.
Do you ever spot those out? I'll be driving, I'm like, oh no, they're definitely,
Oh, yeah.
like, come on.
Any donut shop. Any donut shop.
There is one particular business down the street from here
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not gonna name names.
It's questionable.
It's definitely like a cover business.
Oh my goodness. Should we investigate?
Yeah.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is.
This is like nothing new.
It's also giving like staged.
It is, and
Like,
here's what's
production.
crazy. They're never open.
Oh,
Never open.
it's definitely.
No, the
No
whole
one works
business
there.
flooded.
Mm-hmm.
If you're local, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the whole business flooded,
Mhm.
and nobody was in there to shut the water off. So the gal who's next door, she had to be like, so where's the key to get into their business to shut the water off? Because all our businesses are flooding from their building and nobody's there. And then nobody came to like check on their stuff. They're just like, kind of like, we're
So
cool.
it still has water damage?
Probably, I'm not sure. Because every business had to like, fend for yourself. Because
That's awful.
crazy. But yeah, donut shops can definitely see that.
I'm just like baked goods,
Oh
happy
my gosh.
treats, anything.
There was one, we went to this place in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I mean Florida, need I say more, but I love Florida.
It's so beautiful.
this was so bizarre. It was like a juice place,
Mm-hmm.
and they had like, ice cream, like fresh juice, smoothies, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
These people had no idea what was going on, the people who worked there. It was so bizarre. I ordered a matcha, which is simple. If you have had a matcha, like this is not a complex order.
Yeah.
I paid for it. We're all just standing there waiting, and it's like us and the 2 workers. No one else. And they could also just be like hella stoned. Who knows? They weren't quite giving that vibe, but I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, several minutes go by, and they're like, so what did you order again? A matcha, paid for it. You were here, I was here. And he's like, I don't think we have that here. And I'm like, don't you work here?
Oh my god.
I'm so confused. And so I'm like, it's green. It's a green powder. I can tell you how to make it. I can even make it. Like if you find the powder, like I have no problem doing that. And I'm like, don't be a Karen, don't be a Karen, don't be a Karen. And I'm like, okay, like not that deep. Like it can't be that bad. They can't find it at all.
There was no matcha.
There was no matcha in the building. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. He's like, well, I can either refund you or I can make you a coffee. And I'm like, it's not the same thing, but okay, I've already had like 3 coffees today.
Yeah.
I don't need another. But okay, that's fine. And again, they're both like, wait, how do we do this? Wait, the whole thing. My sister's waiting for her thing. My mom's like happy as a camper outside. She found some old dudes sitting out there. They're all eating their ice cream together, and she's like, and my sister and I are like, what the hell's going on in here? She ordered her thing, like never got it. I'm like,
It's definitely a front of some sort.
I'm like, what are you doing? It's always funny too when you walk in somewhere and they're like surprised to see you. Like,
hey,
what are you doing here?
The establishment that you're working in.
We're gonna do a little dermaplane on your skin. It's gonna gently exfoliate, brighten, all the wonderful things. It removes up to 4 weeks of dead skin cells, so we'll see all kinds of exciting things.
Oh my goodness.
You can save it for your oddities if you want.
I might. 1,000 organisms found on my face.
Do you have a, what is that called? Microscope?
No, I do not. I don't, so my days of dissecting are over.
Okay.
It just smells bad.
Yeah.
So.
Not the vibe.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you're touring on the road and you just have like your dissection kit on standby?
Yes. 1,000%. I could see that.
Don't mind me. I'm having my self-care dissection night. Nobody bother me.
I'm sure everyone's dissected like a pig's heart or whatever, you know.
Formaldehyde is not a thing I want to be familiar with. It can go. It's fine.
Yeah, I just, it's just this weird thing. I think if I would have not ended up doing music, I probably would have done or been a morgue mortician.
Really?
Yeah, I just activated hiccups.
That's okay. Do you want some water?
No, I'm okay. Yeah, I just have this like strange fascination with the dead.
Okay.
Can't really put my finger on it.
Okay. You're like, this is not a strange, weird thing.
But I can't do blood. I can't do blood.
Okay. Well, I guess mortician, there's no blood.
No, there is.
There is blood?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at
a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So can't do it.
Yeah.
Not my jam. Like, dead animals, dead people, fine line.
They have animal morticians?
Yeah, people stuff their cats. 1,000%. And their dogs. I don't think I'll be one of those people.
I've seen somebody stuff their horse before.
That's
like
a lot of
taxidermy
stuffing.
Horse. Can you imagine? Do you ever see the taxidermy fails?
No.
Oh my gosh. There's a whole page of like taxidermy fails.
What? How do you fail? What
Oh my
considers
gosh.
a failure? What?
Oh my gosh. You've got to see it. You'll see it and go, oh, I get it.
Does something explode?
Not necessarily explode, but like they progressively get way uglier.
cool. Oh.
Like, why do their eyes look like that? Why does their face look like that?
Oh,
what
no.
happened? Like, what did you do to make...
They become deformed.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. That's terrifying.
I feel like you would get a real kick out of this page. This sounds right up your alley.
Probably. You know, I have a quirk for strange things.
Is there anything you want to add to your collection you don't already have? They're like, this is a difficult find, but I want to have this weird thing.
A two-headed something.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't think I want a snake.
What about a scorpion?
You know, I had a chance to get a scorpion once. I just think...
Were the vibes off?
I'm not super... I'm gonna get one, for sure. They're just not like my first grab.
Okay. What about a lizard? Like a two-headed lizard?
I could do a lizard.
Okay.
I think I would want like a two-headed, like a squirrel or something.
Oh.
Yeah. Or a dragon.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be great. Two-headed Komodo dragon.
So you have a lot of dead things. Do you have any living pets?
Oh, I do. I have a Maine Coon.
Ooh.
His name is Sire. Yeah.
What color is your Maine Coon?
He's like he looks like a little snow leopard.
Oh my gosh, what a cutie.
Or a big snow leopard. He has
They're
bright blue
huge,
eyes.
aren't they?
Yeah. He's definitely not a normal size cat.
No.
And I didn't know that.
Uh-oh.
He's my first cat. I've only had, well, my first animal was a wolf, but
What?
I've only had dogs.
Yeah.
So, and geckos. I can't do snakes.
No.
No. I want a tarantula.
That would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Billie Eilish has a tarantula.
It died.
It died. Sad.
Yeah, they kind of,
Do they live
very
for
fragile.
a short amount of time, or they live a while?
No, they're just fragile.
Oh.
So, like, they can essentially just fall apart if you
Oh.
scare them.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Sensitive.
Yeah.
That's sad.
So, I'm just trying to wait for the right time for the tarantula.
Well, I can see why.
Someone had a water monitor?
Oh, yeah.
Those are cool.
Those get huge, too.
Yeah, they do. I like their little tongues.
Mm-hmm. Would you ever do any weird body mods?
Like, put horns in my head?
I don't know, yeah. Like, something weird. Like, you know how, you just said, like, the tongue of the water monitor, and I was, like, my brain immediately went to, like, split tongue. And I'm like, oh my gosh, would you do anything crazy?
I don't...
I feel like it's not...
The world is getting weird. I could probably do anything.
Because here's the thing, I feel like once you're getting tattooed, it opens a door of like, well, you know,
Anything
this
is
is really
possible.
normal. Tattoos are the gateway drug to like our creative essence being open.
I'm like, do I want a tail? No, I don't want a tail.
Ooh, I could see you doing one of those like jewel implants.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be so sick.
I cannot Lil Uzi my face. That would just absolutely...
That is not where my brain went.
He put a giant jewel in his head, didn't he?
I think so.
My only favorite reference. I don't think I could do that. It just does not seem like it's supposed to be there.
No.
I would have to do something, like, no, if I'm going to do it, I have to go big or go home. Like,
right.
I need an extra arm or something, you know, an extra limb to
You're like, just
reach
how
for
they're doing
things.
the Apple goggles, I just need it, like, coming out of my arm.
Yeah. Like, or I need to, like, have the ability that a cephalopod does.
Oh.
I need it to be injected into me, and I need to be able to camouflage and hypnotize my prey.
I would love that.
Because, like, if I didn't have to speak to men, I could just, like, silence them by changing, you know, different auras. It would hypnotize them to just, like...
Shut up.
Yeah, or do anything I want.
Did you ever see that movie? I'm gonna have you relax your mouth. I'm gonna work right around this area.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember what it was called, but basically the premise is like she can hear what men are thinking, and I think she was in PR or something in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she's hearing like the weirdest dialogue coming through these men's brains, but she's like working it to her advantage of like, okay, he hates this pitch, we're gonna do a little Uno reverse and nobody's gonna see it coming and be like, that's exactly what I was thinking. I think it's literally called like What Do Men Think? Or
yeah, I think I
like
have
that.
seen that. I think I have. And she's at a big firm.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Essentially,
the vibe I want.
essentially that.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, with me being able to
Control everything.
my aura.
Yes.
That'd be great.
They just look at you and you're just like, back away. I love that. I'm here for it. With the resurgence of all of the 2000s aesthetic, do you feel like there's anything you're like, I've loved this trend, I've been waiting for this to come back, and then like, okay, this could have died in 2000s. We did not need to save this.
I mean,
Also,
everything feels like just kind of doing, oh my gosh, I could make a little bear friend.
gas.
To my defense, first one.
Honestly, I feel like in the summertime, everyone gets more stuff coming off.
Really?
I think it's just all of the pollution in the air, all the sunscreen, all the layers of gunk.
Sticking to my face.
Yeah. But it's gone now. Yay.
I'm a new person. I love everything coming back. One, because it never left. Hello?
Right.
Like, I just think that people are finding ways to feel like they're innovative again. But it's all the same thing. It's all cute. I love it all. I'm a big like tights, leggings, stockings. I'm a good stockings girl. Like, I love the more exaggerated, like, flamboyant color there is for the stocking itself. Like, our tights are, I'm here for it. Over like some layered skirts, great.
It's kind of a vibe.
And the extra belts, love stacking the belts.
It's
Right.
very much a maximalist vibe.
The most.
I love that.
While also wearing the least.
I love all the minis coming back too. I'm like, okay, we're having a mega mini skirt revival.
Yeah, I'm glad that everyone's on board now. Makes it less awkward.
Yeah.
I just feel like everything's really campy too, and that's really nice. Because before, I think it was, it wasn't seen as cool or trendy or hip, but now it's embraced, and for a lot of people, I feel like there's pride in that, and it's nice that it's getting its moment.
Agreed.
Do you listen to Chappelle Roan?
Yes.
I love her. Love her so much.
Absolutely.
Right.
Did you watch all the Coachella stuff?
I watched in clips.
Okay, yeah.
But it looked amazing.
Like, what a vibe.
Yeah.
I've never been. I feel like that would be such a cool experience.
I'm only going if I'm performing. It's just way too much money.
How much is it now?
I can only imagine your mortgage.
Yeah, no thank you. It's not in the budget this year.
I mean, it's...
Or any year.
Right? Like, I also don't know how much of a festival girly I am.
I just feel like I'm not. I don't want to be sweaty. I don't want sweaty people touching me. I would like to shower.
I can do
I don't want to
certain
miss
festivals.
anything.
Yeah, like, I think it's really just the walking around for me that I'm just like, I just don't want to do this all day.
Get you a golf cart.
Yeah, if I had a golf cart, a jetpack, someone to carry me, I think it'd be fine.
I want the energy Paris Hilton has attending festivals. I want that to be my experience. She's like frolicking. She's like in her 40s, just like frolicking.
Having the time of her life.
Yes, and I'm like, I think I would have anxiety.
I also heard that like festivals are kind of turning into a influencers.
They are.
Like, hub.
And I don't know if I'm here for that.
Yeah, I think I probably would not be into every 30 seconds turning around and I'm a part of someone's content.
No.
Like, I get having spaces for that, but...
Even at some of the award shows now, too, it's becoming very influencer...
Yeah, I mean, because everyone's trying to
heavy.
sell you something.
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, the shitty part. I feel like there was a moment where people were just consuming art, and now it's like, how can I trick you while you're consuming?
Haha.
Yeah, into buying this thing.
Right. I'm
Capitalism.
over it.
What can we do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over it. We are almost done.
We can go
with
back
your...
to a barter system if we want.
Yeah. We're almost done with your facial. I'm just gonna get your hydrators on, and then I'll let
Hydrators
you
on. Yeah, this feels great.
Yay! Your skin looks so gorgeous. Glowing.
How many of these have you done?
For the podcast, you're number 7.
Oh yeah, you did say that, 7.
Yeah, 7.
Not me thinking you had just like some tucked away.
I haven't put all of them out yet. I just uploaded episode 4 on Monday. So I still have a couple in my back pocket. But here's my idea. My birthday's the end of May. And what I would really like to do is like a mini series with all of my esthetician girlies. And then do some sort of, I don't know, mini rollout and maybe like a blast from the past, like birthday DIY skincare bar where we're doing like tinctures and tonics and masks and all the hippie witchy esthetician stuff.
That sounds fun.
I think I was 12 and I hosted a spa birthday party.
And so you always have been this way.
Yeah, always. And it's like looking back, I'm like, there's no way anybody was surprised because who's like, I remember getting the RSVP. He's like, I'm RSVPing to Jessica's spa birthday party. And I'm like, who comes up with this? Like, what? And it was a blast. We like made bath bombs and we dipped flower petals in soap so you can like drop them in your bath.
That's so
It was
great.
so wholesome. I'm like, I love that. I think we need a resurgence of that.
Do you have like a history in your family of holistic care at all?
No, not at all.
The first.
My sister's really into herbalism stuff though. She's over here making like healing balms out of herbs and
igniting the witch.
So cool.
The witch within.
Yes. And she works at an emergency vet clinic. So like not aesthetics, but also like kind of in
still
medicine.
Healthcare.
Yeah. Which I think is so neat.
Oh. Interesting. What does mom and dad do?
My mom is a writer and an editor, and my dad, he worked in tech forever. But before that, he worked in radio. So
very cool.
Kind of a eclectic bunch.
Yeah, makes sense though.
Definitely always been space for like creativity, which is awesome. Okay, you ready to take a peek? I'm gonna bring the mirror around and you can see how things are looking.
It is time.
It is time.
Whoa. Clear. I'm HD. Oh my god. My skin looks amazing. Wow. It's so clear. It's so beautiful.
You are beautiful.
Thank you. Wow. I feel amazing. Good. I feel like a million butterflies.
Dead ones.
Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I am blown away. I don't think I've ever seen my skin this clear.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. I honestly was nervous because I was like, I agreed to do something that I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
And have a conversation. this should be fun. Like, let's just go for it. So that's why I was like so thrown off by like, oh wow, I highly underestimated how I would be able to articulate myself through this. But
you did awesome.
This was an incredible experience. I feel so exposed in the best way. Literally.
We've exposed the glow.
Yes. Expose the glow.
I love it.
This is wonderful.
Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Gorgeous.
You're incredible.
Thank you.
Like, you are definitely a master of your craft. 1,000%.
That means so much.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give you a few minutes to get changed and comfy, and we will reconvene on the chairs. We'll continue talking about all of our exciting things.
This has been such a beautiful experience. My face is glowing. I feel so great. Thank you so much for this.
You're welcome.
Opened up my world in self-care by giving me a reason why I have to do this. So
that means so much.
Yeah, like I literally would have never looked this way ever. Like, and here we are, and I'm like, when next time I would need to.
And I'm gonna be here every week.
Yeah, but yes. How often are you supposed to like do this?
4 to 6 weeks. So
4 to 6 weeks,
around monthly.
Yeah.
If you're spacing it out farther than once a month, I recommend at least once a season, because your skin's gonna go through the most change seasonally. And typically, if you're seeing a professional and you're getting, product recommended and stuff, it's typically running out about every 4 months anyway. So it's like, if you're spacing it out, it's like, cool, need to re-up on my product, need to change some things with home care. It's kind of perfect timing if you're spacing it out like
I don't really do. Like, I like the snail mucus. That's really the only thing I've done.
Yeah.
I've done like a little masks here and there, but I don't really do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to. I think it's kind of like nutrition, right? Like the more you know yourself personally, the more you can know like what to feed
100%.
your skin. Okay. So.
Well, and just like when you're coming in here, it's like seeing a trainer at the gym. Like, you're getting some sort of plan on how to continue to prolong your results and progress at home. Kind of like, okay, here's the plan, here's what you're gonna do, so everything's getting better and you're achieving whatever goals we're wanting to accomplish. And then you come in, it's like getting that boost of like, okay, we can do all of the bells and whistles, all the everything and anything. Yeah. And then you can maintain it at home, which lovely.
This is poppin'. Oh my gosh.
You gotta go do something now. Like, how can you not?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm
You're
literally
that girl.
speechless. I just can't.
Good girl
you
energy.
See me outside, right? Literally good girl energy. That's all of this is. Do you see? The skin is.
We're just.
I'm out here exposed. No wig, no nothing. We're just out here exposed with you.
Stunning.
Like, thank you.
Absolutely stunning.
I just can't. I'm literally speechless right now. I recommend everyone come in and get an amazing experience from Jessica, because
the glow has you giddy.
It has me giddy, but I also feel really good. I feel a lot better. Like, this week it was so heavy. Everything has just been so heavy. Work, life, all that. But this, I feel like this was my one thing for me.
I'm so happy to be a part of that for you.
Oh, so good. Yes. All the stars, all of it. Everyone come here. That's it. No, you need no one.
Just show up.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the rest.
Literally so great. Thank you again.
You're welcome. I'm so excited for your Capitol Block Party.
Me too.
Is this your debut? Is this the first time?
No.
This is many times.
This is the third time.
Seasoned vet.
Yeah. Yeah. Capitol Block Party has such a special place in my heart. One, because I have worked at Baka Bak next to Numos.
Really?
Yeah.
Love that for you.
Really got to understand what makes a good show is a great venue and its staff. And like, I have friends there that are just rock stars.
Yeah.
So it's just an honor to be able to play there, and also get a chance to be a part of the culture of the city and understand, like, maybe Seattle isn't exactly what people think it always is. You know, that we have a lot to offer. It's a great lineup this year, as it is every year. But I think Capitol Block Party does a really great job of introducing artists and as well introducing the city and community in a way that makes it give back. You know, for another great year. So yeah, super stoked. Can't wait. We're bringing the horror to Capitol Block Party.
I love it.
Yeah.
Is there anything we should be looking out for from this performance? Is this anything? Are you pulling out anything different? Anything?
Oh yeah.
Crazy?
Oh yeah. It's so the year before last, it was so hot in there. I thought the walls were gonna melt off. I mean, like, I just felt like a gust of wind every time people were moving or moshing. We're definitely still bringing that energy, but just I'm also gonna give people a side of me that I haven't given anyone. So yeah. But the horror is coming. The horror is coming.
I love that.
Yeah, really excited.
Okay, I feel like everybody's doing something different this year with their performances, which is so exciting to see. It's kind of like a different way to showcase. Because it's like, well, it's Capitol Block Party. We can do
You gotta
whatever.
pull out all the stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about maybe like your outfit, vibe, style?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea what that is. I guess I can kind of share that with Block Party, because it's also my birthday month and like around there I'm gonna go all out. But
yes,
the album it's called Black American Horror Story. I'm a horror girly. I'm not much of a gory sometimes, but I definitely am gonna just be bringing the spook. I can't, it's like hard. I can't give away too much without giving away all of it.
Yes, okay.
But it's gonna be exciting. I promise.
I'm excited.
You're looking for some tea, aren't you?
I am. I want
tea.
I mean, you could whisper something. I want to know.
Do I have tea?
I mean, you have that album coming.
I do.
But I mean, we'll see when that comes out. There's no...
You can play backwards and blackwards. That's so funny. Backwards and forwards. You can do that.
Okay.
I already did reveal that Easter egg, though. Nothing to hold you, I did.
You're like, this is nothing new. But I'll give that to you.
I'm sorry.
You want an old Easter egg?
Let me try to use my brain about kind of like, what can I give away?
Is there something different about this album that you're like, okay, this is a never before seen, heard element? Maybe that it's like, you wouldn't be expecting this, but
yeah, for sure.
You're not prepared for this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's not what people, I think, expect.
Okay.
As far as like when you see the title or hear the title Black American Horror Story, if you're
expecting
a fan,
one thing.
Yeah, if you're a fan of American horror, it can be one thing. You know, horror itself. That
right.
But the truth is, being Black in America, being Black in the world is, you know, it's a horror movie every single day for some of us. And as obvious of a takeaway as that can be, I'm just coming from a place of I'm telling a story and I'm choosing to tell it in the genre of horror.
I like that.
And so people can hopefully relate to it, because if you're lucky enough to make it through the day or make it out of whatever challenges you have, you'll be able to see some part of yourself in this album and these records. And there's parts of myself that I feel like for a really long time I didn't get to tell people. And so this is me sharing parts of myself audio-wise, and taking that power back as well. It's allowing me to tell people what I want them to know.
Yeah.
You know? Other than that, everything else is just gonna have to wait. I don't even think I fully know what this project is gonna reveal for me.
Yeah.
It all just feels like really present, and I'm just trying to honor it the best way that I can.
When you've been working on this for, you
I've
said
been in a
2.5
cave.
years.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's quite a progression that happens within that timeline.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when you're working on something for that long, there are elements where you feel the same about certain things you've written, or your opinions have changed kind of throughout the process of like, this was so true for this moment in time, but throughout the process, maybe I feel differently about certain aspects of like
when
the
I
story?
totally hated the project and I was just gonna tank it, like
Yeah.
really. I wouldn't listen to it. I just it changes so much. Like this, I underestimated what it meant to say I'm gonna write an album.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was gonna be like how I wrote The Chaos, where I just decided that I had some things that I wanted to say, and then I wrote them down and put it in a nice little bow, and we sent it off to the distributor, and everyone gets to listen to it. No, this isn't that. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't feel like it. It feels like I am a new animal.
Yeah.
I'm a different person because of what I've decided to put or take out of me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I
Like a metamorphosis.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is still just the surface. Like, I'm excited to put out the next project.
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready to show people what I'm doing after this. But I don't want to say it's sad,
Yeah.
but it's just the truth,
Yeah.
you know? It's just the truth. And I'm excited to put that out. I'm excited to share it, and I'm excited to build the world to bring people into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what I'm most excited about, because that's what's going to turn all the like rainy days into
Right.
beautiful.
You're going into your sunshine, happy
Yeah.
girl era.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
As you're building this new world,
Mm-hmm.
what does that look like to you?
Water.
Yeah.
There is a body of water for sure somewhere in this. I live next to the water. It's my happy place.
It's a game changer for, I feel like, your mental health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some people are water people,
Mhm.
and I feel like if you're a water person, it's essential.
Yeah, it's super healing. It's good for staying clear about your life, allowing flow.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely helped with me in some of my practices. But I think it looks like that. I think it looks green.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks barefoot. I think it's wild hair. I think it's sweaty rooms. I think it's uncomfortable hugs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lot of giggles, a
Yeah.
little laughing. But until then, we're gonna experience the horror,
Mm-hmm.
which I have turned into my little twisted fun house. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, you have to. I feel like
Yeah.
you're telling a story.
Yeah.
You're speaking your truth.
Yeah,
And not everybody's going to get it.
we'll see.
That's okay.
They're gonna get something.
They're going to get something.
They're gonna get something. But I don't know if they're gonna expect what they're gonna get.
Expect the unexpected.
Yes, that. But I will give you a follow-up of some sort. I'll give you
Ooh.
an insight for something.
Ooh.
My next single is called The Revenge. Yeah.
Are we seeking revenge on anything specific?
I
That's such a bold statement.
Yeah. I don't want, I shared this at the last show that I just had. I said I don't want revenge on anyone or anything particular. I want it for myself, for all the things that this life has given me. I want to avenge myself. Like, but by doing that, I have to first be honest about why maybe I like being a villain. So.
I love that.
Yeah. That I have not told anyone. Exclusive tea.
I feel so in the loop doing these now. I'm like, ooh, because usually, in a facial, people spill all kinds of tea, but it never leaves the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think this is people have like, don't poke the bear or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like this does the opposite, where it invites me to want to talk about the things that maybe I covered up.
Sure.
So.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Thanks. I almost overshared. Maybe next time. But yeah. Anytime.
Good thing you're independent.
Yes.
Who's gonna come for you?
I don't know. Somebody, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Me. And me. I'm gonna come.
Why did I release that information? I feel the same way. I'm like, I want to sneaky teaser everything. And I'm like, okay, I set it in my head to have this certain plan and a certain rollout. And in my logical brain, that was correct.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it.
Not yet.
With
but soon.
Time.
Soon.
Yes.
I think this the third time I come, I can give you some more tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're counting by months.
But I get it right.
July. Capitol Block Party? Maybe you do a pre-Capitol Block Party visit.
I could do that.
Maybe you do
I can give that to you.
follow-up.
I could do. Sure. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe I just need to hoard some spooky critters for you.
I do like that.
Come back, I found a bat.
I do. Yes. Oh my gosh, I would be so excited.
How much tea would you spill for a bat?
I love bats. They're so cute. They're like flying Pomeranians.
I had a Pomeranian.
Did you? Was it black?
No,
Oh.
she was a golden girl.
Oh, so cute.
She was a little squeaker.
Oh, that's so cute.
Love that.
We have a Pomeranian. He's like 17 years old.
Yeah, they live forever.
It's crazy.
And their trachea starts going.
Yeah, I'm convinced he is some type of monk.
They're kind of like cats. They live forever. Forever.
And his eyes, they just hold the mysteries of the world. Yeah.
Like a Yoda.
Yeah, exactly. Like a Yoda. It's just crazy. But no, this was wonderful.
I love that.
I really
Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah,
this has been so lovely.
You made my face. My gosh.
I'm excited to hear all the things, see all the things.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to Capitol Block Party.
Really?
And I think this is going to be
You did tell me that.
my debut year.
Yes.
Because by the time this comes out, you will be the third person performing on the bill for Capitol Block Party that's made an appearance.
Oh, I see a pattern here.
So I'm like, the people are out. I don't want to miss out.
You have to come.
I have to come.
Yeah, we'll find a way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to get a ticket.
Well, we'll find a way.
We'll find a way.
I will be there to help facilitate whatever you need for the mission.
I did this.
Do you see my fucking face? My face.
I love it. Feel like a brand new person.
I'm glowing. I haven't stopped smiling. I don't smile this much.
You're gonna have a whole cheek lift by the time you leave.
I know.
Lifted.
I'm trying to not smile.
The cheekbones are still, doing the thing.
Is this why your skin is so perfect?
I tried.
And you put a mirror right here, so I should be looking here. And I'm just. It's even.
It's even like here too. Like
yes, that's what I'm.
The glisten.
This is crazy. I gotta go do something with my whole life.
I love. We talked a little bit about your advice for people coming up in the industry. Mm-hmm. Are you doing any sort of I don't want to call it apprentice, but maybe like artist enrichment or something? If somebody maybe wants to... I feel like in my industry, everybody's always like, let me eval your Instagram page and give me your 2 cents, or, you know, give me a facial and I'm going to critique your flow or whatever.
Like some type of feedback thing?
Yeah, so it's like if there were people who are like, oh my gosh, aspirational queen, I want all the feedback, basically critique my vibe.
I honestly, like, I do that just...
On the regular.
Yeah, people want... I'm not a gatekeeper person. Like, I think that's
Can we just be done with that?
Yeah, I mean, like, I understand why people... If you've worked really hard to develop certain relationships in your network, like, sure. That's not what I'm saying at all.
That's a proprietary thing. That's separate, I think.
For sure. I just genuinely love this so much that I want to see everybody do it.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to see everyone do it and be excited about doing it. So if somebody asks me to listen to a song or come in and write or come in and just be a fly on the wall, I feel so grateful that someone would even want to bring me in to be a part of their world. I love collaboration. I'm very much the type of person where, like, if the vibe is not there, I don't want to be in the way of someone else's spot. But, you know, if you want to send stuff and show me stuff, please do. I don't.
I guess how's that best received? Like, just hit you up if they see you around, like.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I'm having a good time out with my friends, please don't. But in my, like, Instagram,
slide in the DMs.
Slide in the DMs, sure. Don't be weird. But no, you're only as good as your community, right?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. Is that a thing? I want to be a part of a strong community. And I'm not saying in the sense of, like, where I'm out and I'm, like, doing all this community work. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm available to grow myself and the community, you know? And there's so many incredible artists and creatives in Washington, let alone Seattle, that...
Washington's got it going on right now.
Yeah,
I feel like don't sleep on Seattle.
There's so much crazy talent coming out here.
Yeah.
And it's all unique and original to what they are doing. So I'm just like, cool. How long do I have left in this meat suit? Like, let's see how many people can we, you know, worlds can we explore?
Yeah. Love it.
Hit me up. Sure.
Love it. Where can everybody go to find you for all things?
All things at Teza Talks. Teza Talks. I'm Teza. I talk.
I'll link everything, so.
Yeah. Yep.
Everything will be accessible.
It is.
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, thanks so much for coming. This has been lovely.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I'm sorry. This was my first time, guys. First time. amazing work that I was the whole entire time. But hopefully you got something out of that. If not, come to a show. Okay. Love ya.
All the other teas at the show. So buy a ticket, show up.
Yes.
We'll see you next week for another episode, another special guest. Capitol Block Party will be around the corner.
Sure is.
I think we're going to be mid-May by the time this comes out. So.
Whoa. Mid-May.
I think so. I'll pull the date.
I will look different and my skin will still be glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Still be glowing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.